Okay, so once again, good morning everyone. Before we go into explore our topic today, let me ask first a question. So, what does education mean to you? So anyone? Yes, Isaiah. What does education mean to you? What do you mean by education?
For me, education is a really big component of my life as I learn, as it shapes and it makes it as it shapes who I am today and what I am gonna be tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Miss Isaiah. So, Isaiah said that shaping who she is. So, today, we'll be delving, since this is just a continuation, under legal from basis and policies of special inclusive education. So, we have two subtopics. So, the first one is the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights, specifically Article 26, and also the 1975 Education for All Handicapped Children Act, or the ADA. Okay, but before that, everyone please read the objectives. Unison, loudly and clearly.
Understand the principles of UDHR, Article 26 and 19. Compare and contrast the provisions of UDHR, Article 26 and idea to graphic organizers. Appreciate the importance of education as a fundamental human right.
Okay, so thank you so much. So the first thing we need to discuss is all about the UDHR Article 26. But before that, let us know first what is Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So Universal Declaration of Human Rights is simply a milestone document in a human history. Because ang Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a foundation of all laws and policies. So, based on the declaration, it simply means dili siya balaod, it is not a law. From the word itself, declaration, meaning it is a formal statement or an announcement made by a group or organizations. So, in case of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, United Nations are the one who drafted these principles. So again, I've mentioned you that UDHR is not a law, but rather a declaration. Okay? So in Universal Declaration of Human Rights, there are 30 articles. And one of these articles are the Article 26, which is the right to education. Okay, so everyone please read Article 26.
According to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948, everyone has the right to education.
Stop. Okay, so based on the context, it states there that everyone has the right to education. Regardless of your backgrounds, your abilities, your religion, your status, etc., you have the right to education. You have the right to it. Okay? So, everyone shall be free at least in elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. So meaning, why is it elementary stage is compulsory? Ano ba? Anyone? Yes, Gino?
Yes, because during the elementary, students learn the core knowledge, the basic knowledge.
Okay.
First of all.
Thank you so much. So if you can still remember, focusing on the core subject or the basic, it is what? What philosophy? So thank you for that. So again, elementary is compulsory because dili dito ang mga basic subjects. Basic math, basic English, how you're going to write, read, and count, etc. So technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all the bases of the meaning. So here, technical and professional education. So, as you can still remember, sa tuwang senior high school, di ba, naman tayo TVN, di ba? So, dito, ilang gibutang ang mga dili lang siya for academics, but also to enhance the skills. Muna siya yung sasabing kuhan sa Universal Declaration of Human Rights are under Article 26. And also, higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. So, may kasabot tayo ng basis of merit. So, basically, if ato siyang relate sa atong kaugalingon, nakasulod na din is so because of some qualifications, they qualify ta. Basis of merit. So, in other words, mo siya i-reward sa usa ka tawo nga gakon sa iyang effort or skills nga iyang gi. So, nakasulod na din sa NORSO because nakapasar ka sa and also sa napay isa. So, muna siya, basis of merit. So, maybe here in so, next is education shall be directed to full development of human personality. So, it's more on holistic. Dili lang siya through academics, but through emotional intelligence, the moral values, they should know that. So, mura siya, dili siya mura, but it's almost like a humanism. And the strengthening of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. Okay. So, it shall promote understanding to tolerance and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further the activities of United Nations for maintenance of peace. So, basically, this United Nations, ang ilang promote or gi-advocate is peace. Because kaning United Nations, nabuo ni siya, because United Nations are the one who drafted this one, di ba?
Yes.
So, nabuo ni United Nations after sa World War II. So, after World War II, ang ilang gi-seek ana is dapat maligaya na walang butaka. Yung peace ang ilang number one na i-prioritize. That is why, nakabutang din that friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further the activities of United Nations for the maintenance of peace. So, there is activities of United Nations. So, you can still remember again, itong past years sa tuwang like sa Los Ilustrados, led by our beloved President, nga ni Kwanta program about United Nations, di ba?
Yes.
So, as you can see, you're all wearing different loads from different countries, right?
Yes.
Okay, so muna siya isa sa promote sa Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And the last one is, parents have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. So, again, parents' participation, hindi niya po mag-base, whether asa nga education, ganan nila ibutang ang ilang anak, either private or public. Okay, so it's either parents may mo, usas mo decide because of practicality. Okay, so, I have here an example. So, I'll just give you an interesting fact with regards to this UDHR. So, during 1948, there are 58 member states of United Nations. 58 member states, remember that. And one of these member states, so ilan man yung voting sila kung since ang goal sa UDHR is hindi man siya balakod. So, it's not to enforce law, but to encourage countries. Kaya ang UDHR is a set of principles. I think 30 articles. So it's either ang ilang i-apply sa ilang country, haning ang principle. So just like they, here in Philippines is one of the countries who agreed in adopting the principles of UDHR or Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That is why, so, kung saan yung makita sa first picture? Public school, right? And there is, these are the law behind this one. So, and this, hindi mga balakod republic reflects the Article 26 in UDHR. Nakasabot? Okay? Again, hani sila nga mga republic nahimo ni sila due to the principle of because again, Philippines adopt the guidelines or the principles from UDHR. Nakasabot. Okay? So again, so sa ilang votings, according to my research, 48 ang ni-vote, nga ni-agree, 8 ang ni-abstain or wala sila ni pabor, and 2 countries ang wala ni-vote. Ang wala neutral na rin sila. So, there is a 48 countries na belong ang Philippines. Neither Philippines, USA, UK, kaya sila. So, before we proceed to idea, why is that UDHR called a milestone document? Ano ba? Anyone? Ano bang gitawag ang UDHR na milestone document? Anyone? Yes? Kuya RC, you have some words to share?
Maybe because it successfully implemented or adopted by the other countries.
Definitely. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you. So, Mr. Narciso said that it is because some countries have adopted it. So, meaning, yung milestone is taas siya og reach. Meaning, ano yung DHR? Example, this is the Philippines, the USA, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Finland. So, kani sila mga kuwan, ang UDHR na serve as a foundation. Foundation sa ilang mga future laws, policies na paghimuon. Nakasabot? Okay? Again, it is the foundation of all the laws and policies nga is either ginasa sa country. Nakasabot? Any questions with regards to this one, UDHR? So far? Okay? Wala na? Okay, so muna siya. What is Article 26 again? Article 26 is what?
Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Really?
Everyone has the right to education.
Okay. Article 26 is all about right to education. Basically, Article 26, which is the right to education, is under UDHR. Ano siya? Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Yun mo, wala na yung questions ha? So, muna siya ikuhan sa UDHR. Again, what is Article 26 of UDHR?
Everyone has the right to education.
Very good. So, thank you for that. So, let us proceed to the idea of also known as firstly known as Education for All Handicapped Children Act of 1975. So, everyone, listen loudly.
Ang landmark US.
Okay, go.
A landmark U.S. federal law that guaranteed free and appropriate public education for children with disabilities.
Okay, thank you. So again, haning idea is it is being discussed by the previous reporter, right? It was being discussed by the previous reporter. So, what I'm going to do right now is just to highlight those key points na wala na mention sa previous reporter. So as you can see, naturally ang Public Law 94-142. So sir, gusto ng Public Law 94-142? Isa na idea. Okay. So, Public Law 94-142, simply, ano public law? Simply, balaod na everyone should follow it, di ba? So, if some people will not follow, then of course, na yung consequences. So, kaning 94, sir, kasi pasabutan ako kaning 142. Basically, kaning 94 stands for the 94th Congress. So, kung kabalo mo, Congress is composed of mga lawmakers, right? Representatives and yes, kaya sila mga representatives ng mga so muna sila kaning 94th Congress muna sila nakapuli sila or nakapasa ni sila 600 kabuok na balaod sa United States, ha? Kaning 94th Congress nakapasa sila 600 kabuok balaod and ang ika-142 nga balaod nga ilang napasa is the Education for All Handicapped Children Act. Nakasabot o kung sa'yo pasabot ani. Okay, so, also known as Public Law 94-142, a landmark U.S. federal law that guaranteed, again, free and appropriate public education or PAPE to children with disabilities in what environment? Very good. Or what we call LRE. Yes, or LRE. So, it mandates that schools provide special education and related services to meet their needs. So, I guess you all know unsay purpose sa idea. So, muna siya, it mandates na ang schools should provide special education and related services to meet the needs of those students who has disability. So, here's the key provisions. So, number one is the PAPE, the LRE, the IEP, the appropriate evaluation, parents' participation, and procedural safeguards. So we all know that muna siya usa sa bulgod sa idea na mag-provide sila free appropriate public education in this restricted environment. So when we say this restricted environment, say pasabot anak, what does it mean? Meaning ang student is imo siyang again? Okay, just raise your hand. Please say once. Yes, you said you.
I-move something like i-move siya from mainstream education to naman to yung mga like factors like
Yes.
homebound instruction and patong naay verification and also relation classroom.
Okay, so one of the most, thank you so much for that, sir. So one of the most good sa idea is that dapat ang students with disability is, ang ilang goal ko, dapat masagot sila sa mga regular students, sa ilang mga peers. So that, dili lang tayo para mas magawin nilang kagaling, but also nga ma-express nila ilang kagaling, di ba, sa mga regular students. That's why mo siya equal sa this restricted environment. And we have the IEP, the Individualized Education Program, and also the appropriate evaluation. So appropriate evaluation is that dili nila gipang dili siya mura pero screening ba sa mga students nga makasulod anang education. And also the parents participation, very obvious. Dapat nago the parents because based on among interview dito sa Maniling nga dapat importante gud ang parents is because sila may gato, di ba? Anong mga students with disability di man sila makalakaw from their home to school independently. Muna, ang uban is need of guardian good. So that's why, aside sa mga meetings, etc., ang pinakagod nila is ang pag-asugod. So muna siya, parents participation. And also the procedural safeguards. So sa muna sila, sir, these are the protections for parents and their children nga na disability. Because in some areas, dili malikayan nga, naiban nga, dili pasugod. So that's why, naaning procedural safeguards. Maybe due to some political one, dili mo ka aliado, so dili ka pwede ani. So naaning procedural safeguards under Education for All Handicapped Children Act of 1975. So the previous reporter, of course, they clearly stated all about IDEA. But here, wala na mention ang IDEA 2004. Nada changes. So, the Education for All Handicapped Children Act was renamed the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act in 1990. Okay, aware na, right? Yes. 1990. Through amendments and mga changes to the law. However, it was further updated in 2004 as the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act, or also known as, simply means IDEA ng Japon, commonly referred as IDEA. So of course, daw na ikalibgan mo ng idea dili, diba? So, basically, sa legal na name, ang ilang kong i-consider is idea. Ilang ibutang nga na any improvement act to emphasize nga na-change siya in 2004. Nagets? But legally, if we're going to write it a formal statement, dapat ang akong gawin is idea 2004. Am I understood? Yes. Okay, so here's the key provisions and here's the key changes after pag-amend nila ang balakot. So first is, of course, highly qualified teachers. So before, ang mga teachers mo is, ang gagawin is mostly gen ed teacher ako. But now, naana tayo tawag ko, specialized na dapat kung sped teacher ka, mo ng eskwelahan. Dili kay kay gen ed teacher ka, tas of course, pwede mo mo eskwelahan balik. But basically, ang nago sila qualifications for sped teachers. So that, ilang yes, of course, ilang yung accomplish highly qualified teachers because, kaning mga teachers, they play crucial role sa mga students kay sila mega shift, mga bago pa yung mga bata. Okay, so next is the alignment with No Child Left Behind. So of course, kaning No Child Left Behind is, naala siya, paano siya but basically, nila pa rin must be update, innovate, upgrade, something like that. The No Child Left Behind. Ilang i-update into something high quality education. Dili lang siya basta kayo naka-eskwela but high quality education. Nakasamod. Okay, so reduction in paperwork. So before, during this kani sila sa 1975, of course, dagan sila mga excessive reports, mga papers to accomplish. Dili sa idea 2004 is ilang refrain, ilang reduction of paper so that ang teacher is makafocus siya og teach sa students rather than finishing those excessive reports. Nakasabot? Gets manong the reduction in paperwork. Of course, para makafocus ang mga teacher sa makafocus ang mga teacher sa Very good. So next is changes to IEP process. So again, before, during sa 1975, ang ilang meetings, nagod sila yung regular meetings. Which is, bisag, wala kay changes, but nagod sila yung meetings. So ilan na pa, say sense, wala naman may changes, di ba? So, dili sa idea 2004, ilan ang required mag-meeting na sila if necessary. Pero basically, nagod sila yung annual meeting. Pero naitabo is, ilan ang refrain itong mga regular meetings kay, of course, makapagod siya time sa tao, bisag nila yung mga changes, di ba? So, last is response to intervention. So, when we say intervention, guys, this simply, you can relate it to something, an action, an extra effort or help by the teacher to those students who need help, di ba? This is our intervention. So, ang may tabo this intervention, guys, is ilang di-monitor ang student. Dili nila ibuntod, abigay ikaw na sakit, ibutan na ka-sped. Ilang sang i-monitor kung ikaw mag-adapt na ba sa regular class. Because again, ang goal good sa idea is free appropriate public education sa least restrictive environment. Ma-include sila sa mga regular students. So that is why nabuo yung response to intervention. Kasabot. Any questions so far? Sure na? Okay, let us proceed to the last one. Okay, last na. Okay. So these are the number of special education students in US. So my sources is NSES. So this is the National Central Education Statistics. So based on the data, guys, from 1976 to 2021, so sumansi nagkataas ang ilang mga students na may disability. So there are almost 7.2 million students aged 3 to 21 studying under the idea. This makes 50% of all public school students across the US. So of course, nagkadagat yun ang ilang natabangan because of this idea. So 95.2% of school-age students are enrolled in regular schools, 2.6 separate schools, 1.6 private schools, and 4 schools in hospitals. So to conclude this overall of this report, as we can see, guys, that we know the value of education. Hindi lang hindi siya kay education, basta lang kay education. But it is education, di ba? Because there's a lot of students na pwedeng matrabahan. By supporting this inclusive education, of course, we can simply give them an opportunity to reach their full potential. And they will going to able to learn and succeed in life. So that is why, as future educators, let us do our job to help those students who need the most. So I hope you learned something, and thank you so much for